Do you ever worry or even think about that you might be having a few too many conversations in your head that you haven't actually said out loud? I am Jacqueline, founder and creator of Discover Love Matches. And what I'm referring to is that I have been noticing some just different messages from people that feel like incomplete sentences. And when I ask the person, I'm confused, they get kind of thrown off. And then I say, but you didn't really say anything. And then later I'll get a more complete message. And what I'm realizing is that I think a lot of people are thinking thoughts. They're actually thinking thoughts so much that they actually feel like they've had a conversation with you. And then later they try to follow up on this one-sided conversation, and then they wonder why you're not on the same page. Now, I know this might sound like I'm talking very coded right now, but that's how I have been feeling with a few different people that have been reaching out to me very randomly, and then I don't even know what they're saying. So I'm like, if you want to ask somebody out, ask them out with a clear, concise question and saying, hi, I've been interested in asking you out. Would you be interested in going out sometime? And then allow them a chance to respond instead of just saying, well, we should just do this sometime. Why should we do this? I don't know if that's a date. I don't know if you're just wanting to hang out. I don't know what your intentions are. You need to be more clear. I think people are being so vague and they're overthinking thoughts in their head that they're forgetting to actually ask people out. Like, no matter what happens and what times we are in, there is nothing better than a classic old-fashioned date request. And then a date that follows through, like a date that actually follows through, asks you out, you schedule a date, continuing conversation in between for the date build up. So there's some dialogue and you both know that you still have the date. And then you go on the date, you enjoy it, and then there is follow-up. Now the follow-up can either be, hey, I don't really think we've got a spark, or hey, I want to see you again. Like, let's just be more communicative. Let's actually follow through when we ask somebody out, but let's make sure they actually know they were asked out. Don't just tell somebody something, ask them if they are interested in going out. That extra layer of communication, that extra layer of follow up and follow through will make you so much more attractive, because everybody else is being a bunch of idiots out here just throwing sentences and words out, but they're not actually connecting with the person that they're speaking with. So you caring enough to say, hey, I'd really like to go out with you. Maybe we can go do some activity you have in mind. I'd like to take you out for drinks. I would like to get to know you better. I'm asking you on a date. Like, it is a good 4-letter word. Ask somebody on a date. Let them know. And if they say that they are not seeing a match or they're not interested, just be so beautiful and say, thank you so much. I really appreciate you letting me know. I want to wish you the best. Even if you are a little bummed it didn't work out, at least now you know. But if you don't ask them out for a real date, then they don't know what they're going out with, because they are probably really good at being your friend and they're probably very interested in hanging out as buddies at times. But when it comes to an actual dating, you want to make sure that the expectations are clear. Because if you're asking somebody to hang out and then you start to show an interest and they're like, whoa, I thought we were just hanging out, just catching a movie together or something, then it can be confusing. So if you want a date, ask for a date. If you want to just hang out and be friends, just say you want to hang out and be friends. If you want to see somebody again, let them know you want to see them again. Don't leave them hanging and wondering, and don't leave it to where it doesn't feel good inside anymore. You've got to feed off the energy of the initial interaction, but you got to start with the best 4-letter words. You want to go on a date. A date. A date is what it is. They need to know it's a date. I just have to say, most people are so vague, you don't know you're on a date. And then the other person is thinking they're on a date because they've asked the person to go out, but they haven't clarified what type of going out it is. And then what ends up happening is that there's this odd kind of disconnect during the date because you're not feeling really close to them, because you're not really sure what the expectation is, because they don't actually know it's a date. So comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know. Have you ever been out with somebody but you didn't know if it was a date, or you realized your date didn't know it was a date? Let me know. I'm really curious. All right, let's keep this conversation going.